election. Nationally syndicated radio host Dana Loesch. Dana, we're staying on the story. What do you make of Julian's report? The niece celebrated attacks against U.S. soldiers and U.S. military bases in the Mideast and promoted the Iranian terror regime's propaganda while living a life of luxury in Los Angeles.
That's just so fitting, Liz, is it not? I mean, with all of the comments that they make about the United States, and here you have the mullah's offspring and related family come to the United States and enjoy our freedoms and our liberties. And I do think it's interesting, the expectations for women in Iran. I mean, I had a woman on my radio program just last week who was explaining how she was once arrested because she accidentally, Liz, showed a little too much ankle when she was walking out in the street. And so she was taken in by the Iranian morality police. Now, I think that maybe the daughters of the Ayatollah and the nieces and the nephews and everybody else probably aren't subjected to as strict restrictions by the regime, which is why they're allowed to go to the United States and post everything that they do on social media. Because, Liz, if you look, the fact that they were trying to become influencers is just peak insanity, that they were trying to become influencers, and they are not. I agree with what the reporter said. They were not seeking asylum. They did not fear living in Iran. They went back so many times, and they were echoing everything that the regime has been saying about the United States, reposting and perpetuating all of the propaganda. So they were taking advantage of our freedoms and liberties. So I think what Marco Rubio did in looking into this and suspending that green card, that seems like the right thing to do. America has control over our borders, and we determine who comes in and out. That's part of our sovereignty.
And also, there's also the story, the son of a notorious Iranian regime leader also was caught living an affluent lifestyle in L.A. His name is Isa Hashemi. He was a college lecturer. He's a psychology teacher. His mother was a spokesperson for the violent militants who stormed the U.S. embassy in Tehran and held 52 American hostage for 444 days. So the hypocrisy here of, you know, the Iranian regime relatives coming in, enjoying U.S. freedoms that they would not have back at home, but not criticizing and speaking up against that.
Exactly. And it's important to note, too, that this man who came over, part of the regime, one of the offspring, he's teaching kids at a very well-to-do school in California. So I guess, you know, he's getting probably a very nice salary because it is a very ritzy school. And so he's teaching the next generation of Americans. Who knows what's going on in that classroom. But, Liz, I do find it endlessly amusing that one of the reasons we're able to know so much about these people, the Ayatollah, the mullahs family that come over here, is because they brag about their westernized lifestyles all over social media. I mean, you're not going to see photos of women in Iran taking pictures of themselves with fast cars and bikinis, but you'll see that from some of the mullahs' family members when they come over here. I mean, it is just the difference is staggering, but it just goes to show you this is it's an ideological war that's situated over power. These people don't believe in their own regime, otherwise they wouldn't be here in the United States. They should be forced to live out their ideals in Iran.
Got it. Dana Loesch, thank you so very much. Great commentary as always.